Mary Lindsay, and these are my annotations of the absolutely true diary of a part-time Indian. I really liked the book. It really hit home for me in a lot of spots. Um, I had started reading the book before I read the textbook and was just highlighting and writing notes to myself before realizing that we were really supposed to connect it to the book. But I did. I put in lots of stuff going back, like um, when he says I had to prove to myself that I'm stronger than everybody else. I had to prove that I will never give up. I will never quit playing hard. And I don't mean just basketball. I'm never going to quit living life this hard, you know. I'm never going to surrender to anybody, never, ever, ever. And I had put that this is Arnold having lots of self-responsibility and using his creator mindset. But most of my annotations are just stuff that had really hit home for me. I put stuff about my daughters. And again, he is having a creator mindset here. And yeah, so as you can see, I highlighted and wrote a bunch of notes for it. So I'll just read a few. So I'm going to start by saying that I did used to be on drugs. And so that's also why this book hit so close to home for me. But this part is about his family being depressed, and it reminded me of my family. He said something about there's never enough time to change your life. You don't get to change your life, period, and I had disagreed with that. I'd put, I think there's always time to change your life. He says about how he wants better, but he doesn't deserve it, and I know I've definitely felt that a lot of times in my adult life. Yeah. I was gonna go to a lot of times I just put like this line is so good and so true. I had even starred this one because I liked it so much. It says they're all kinds of addicts, I guess. We all have pain and we all look for ways to make the pain go away. And that definitely resonates with me. This part it really hit hard to me about his grandma dying. It says, in fact, last week she was walking back home from a mini powwow at the Spokane Tribal Community Center when she was struck and killed by a drunk driver. And in May, this just happened to my cousin. He wasn't drunk, but he was a person who was high on meth. I'm guessing had fallen asleep at the wheel and hit her head on while she was on her way to work. She had just dropped her kids off, and one of her kids was actually my kid. My 8-year-old. She had my 8-year-old for years while I was homeless and in addiction. And yeah, she was also a lawyer and prosecutor, so she was on her way to the courthouse. And her life's work was defending people like the person who had killed her and people like myself. All my family are so angry and upset at the man, but I know this is what she would have said. Forgive him. I liked that so much, and it definitely put a different perspective on the whole situation for me. I know that doesn't have a lot to do with like tying it into either being a freshman at college or the textbook, but like I said, a lot of this I had read before I'd even read any of the textbooks. So he talks about his dad saying he loves him, and I could relate to that because my grandma never said I love you, and when she did, she really meant it. So yeah, just other stuff about like my daughter and hoping that they had see that I really try now for sure. Um this right here says there were millions of other Americans who had left their birthplaces in search for a dream, and this is what I had to do, leave where I was born and search for a better life. And now I'm in college again and definitely going for a better life. So yeah, like I said, I really like the book and